Shit people say to lesbians. As a lesbian, I've heard some extremely stupid things being said in direct response to my sexuality. It hurts since my orientation is a big part of who I am.
But Snotpup, your sexuality doesn't have to define your entire identity.
True, I do know that my orientation isn't what defines me per se, but I have been treated in a particular way in direct response to my sexuality for over a decade, which has involuntarily shaped who I am today. Most gay people have worked really hard to accept themselves, been bullied, or suffered from abuse. My way of coping with years and years of self-hate, rude remarks, bullying, and exclusion is to be completely obsessed with lesbianism. And you know what? That's okay. But even though I have accepted my sexuality, I'm still met with some pretty dumb and sometimes downright rude comments from people who aren't as accepting, or just never think before they open their mouth. So I decided to counter all of this BS in one video.
Please know that I only speak for myself and how I would have countered these statements.
So you're a man-hating feminist, huh?
Funny how me living a life that does not cater to a man must mean I hate men. I don't hate men, but I do hate men that ask this question because it keeps reinforcing the idea that someone who cares about women's rights or choose to exclusively date women must mean they hate men. Like, for example, I don't date horses either, and that doesn't mean I hate them. You probably wouldn't ask a straight man this. Shit, even a man who straight up murdered a woman wouldn't get this question. But how do you, do it? If you're old enough to ask me this question, you're old enough to use your imagination. But if you don't have that, you can always ask my dear friend Google.
I have heard she's great.
If a guy doesn't know how to please a woman without his ding-dong, then he's a lost case, darling.
Would you join in the threesome with me and my boyfriend? How sweet of you to ask! I have prepared a list of things I'd rather do. Turn into an oatmeal protein bar and have a colony of chipmunks consume me. Dye my entire skin green and change my name to Shrek. Date that weird-ass worm from Richard Scarry for an entire year. Join a pack of ducks to escape society. Get a bowl cut. Go to the board game club. Only eat beans until the day I perish. Let the goatman abduct me. Shrink to the size of a rat and live in the sewer. Shave off my eyebrows. Only use my platform to share reptilian propaganda. Throw myself into an Icelandic volcano.
You just haven't met the right man yet.
Neither have you, Adam. There is absolutely nothing about men that I have ever fancied. But my obsession with boobs, Megara from Hercules, and playing dudes in pretend sure did happen. So make what you will about that.
But have you tried dating men? People are so caged in their heteronormative thinking that they can't begin to fathom that some people just know their sexuality without being unhappily married to someone they're not sexually attracted to until finally running away 10 years later with a woman called Susan they met in the gym.
I like women exclusively, so I'm a lesbian too.
Are you sure?
So, when did you decide to become a lesbian? My lesbianism was activated during my conceiving since either the sperm or the egg carried the gay chromosome, which is dominant.
And I graduated with my master's degree of homosexuality with a gold star.
Joke aside, most people don't just wake up one day and decide to change their sexuality. For some people, it takes years of dating and trying different things to come to the conclusion that they're a specific sexuality. For me, it was just a very aching feeling during my childhood that isolated me from the others. A feeling that I soon realized meant that I had to hide parts of myself in order to stay safe. Referring to it as a choice is extremely invalidating for someone who has had to fight for their right to exist their entire life. Ew, are you attracted to me? Let me tell you something. Just like straight girls aren't attracted to all men they meet, lesbian women aren't attracted to every girl they meet. Who would have known?
Yeah, we have standards.
You're both lesbians? Are you dating? She's my sister.
So, who's the man in your relationship?
Well, no one. That's kind of the point. Like, seriously, stop assuming that heterosexuality is the example TM, which same-sex couples are trying to imitate. Because it's not true. You don't look like a lesbian. Shit, sorry. There's no right way to look your orientation. You're just being a homophobe.
But the Bible says it's wrong!
I'm not a Christian and therefore I don't give a about what your 2,000-year-old holy bundle of paper says about me. But if you want to go this way, sure. Here's a list of things the Bible also says is wrong. Marrying a non-virgin woman. Working on Sundays. Approaching disfigured or disabled people. Wearing mixed fabrics. Divorce. And even looking at another person with lust if you ain't single. Fighting back if you're abused. Resisting burglars. Eating pork or seafood. Playing football. And here's a list of things the Bible says is absolutely okay. Murdering non-virgin women. Dismembering a woman who defended her husband from being beat up by another man. Forbidding children outside of marriage from entering the church. Banging your dead brother's wife. Literally eating the flesh of your children if you disobey God in any way. Forbidding women from teaching, having a leader role, or in any way have authority over men. Child abuse. Do you think we should all agree to live this lifestyle?
No.
Then shut up! I guess that I somehow fall into the category of angry lesbians, but I'm pretty okay with that. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in art, weird anecdotes, angry gay rants, or mental health stuff. I think it's important to add that I have nothing against Christians. I just have something against pushing your beliefs and lifestyle on people who are just trying to go about their day. And special thanks to Relachi who joined me in this video, sharing the lesbian experience like the pro she is. It was super fun collaborating with you. P.S. If you're a lesbian, congratulations! Keep lesbianing!